Hello and welcome to a new video blog. Happy Halloween! This introduction of my video will be quite long, so if you want you can just click on this annotation here and you can start right away with the Viewmaster show. Today I want to do something special. First of all, a sort of Halloween special, and also a very short explanation of one of the tracks of my latest album, Frames. Frames has one track which is called The Road to Transylvania, and as you might have guessed, some inspiration of this track is from the story of Dracula the Vampire. And my good friend Arie Vuik, who is besides a Dutch comedian, also a collector of Viewmaster discs, and a Viewmaster is a viewer like this. So one day he came with one of his packages of Viewmaster discs, and it was the story about Dracula the Vampire. I was very intrigued with the story. The way it is photographed is very dramatic and very dark, and I love it very much. So I was immediately inspired by it. I wanted to make some kind of soundtrack for it. Included with a package such as this, there's mostly also a small booklet included. The meaning of a booklet like this is that you can either read it beside you or have someone to read along with it and the other one viewing. Or even better, you can also project these with a special projector, and someone can read the story from this small booklet, and you can enjoy it even more dramatically or more entertainingly. My idea was to make a soundtrack and inspire a new song or a new track for my new album. What I also wanted to do, actually only for myself and for my friend, to make a read-along story together with the soundtrack that I had in my head, and project the Viewmaster discs and play the soundtrack along with it. And also I would record myself reading the story. Since I'm quite happy with the result, I decided not to just keep it for myself, but to share it with you. So what you are going to see now is me telling the story of Dracula the Vampire. And it wasn't intentional, but I think it's perfect for Halloween, because since it's Halloween now, I would say this is my submission to the Halloween night, and I hope you enjoy it. It is good that we live life, not knowing what will come next. If I had known in my 12th year I would meet the most terrible monsters, surely I would have died of fear. Imagine a monster whose power overnight is endless, who has the strength of 20 men, whose bloody fangs drain human blood to keep his evil life, whose fear is the cross, the stake and light of day, who hypnotizes people and changes them into monsters like himself, lives in castles and tombs, horrid and terrible, Count Dracula the Vampire. Many years have passed since Father and I rode to the Bukovina Inn. When we arrived at the inn, a passenger from the couch led us to a table.
Be seated, my friends.
He extended his hand to my father.
Van Helsing is my name, Dr. Van Helsing. I'm the village physician.
Jonathan Harker here. This is my son, Will.
Mr. Harker, I must warn you.
Van Helsing stopped. His eyes had been caught by a mysterious hooded figure standing at the door of the inn. The stranger's eye glowed hypnotic red. Our couch was ready. At the last moment, Van Helsing rushed to the carriage.
Here, Mr. Harker. Take this silver cross. It will protect you.
The couch sprang forward. Father held the cross. From above came the red-eyed glare of the hooded driver. No other passengers. This was the couch to Count Dracula's castle. The night came swiftly. The couch climbed higher on the mountain road. I heard a howling first. We glanced from the window. Across snowfields, wolves raced beside us, at times leaping towards the couch. We rode for what seems like hours, and then stopped. We heard the driver leap to the ground. There before us was a mysterious ceremony. Wolves encircled the driver as if to pay him worship. He clawed the frozen mound at his feet and dug a gold coin from the dirt. Then, standing erect, the driver outstretched his crooked fingers, letting some gold fall back to the earth. The wolves howled their approval. Father embraced me. Soon the couch was moving again. Suddenly it turned, and there below the white moon was a huge castle. I dared one more look at the gruesome driver, but he was gone. Nothing guided the horses but the savage instinct of them.
What demon's journey is this?
Father asked aloud, but really to himself. Clangs, stripped and rattles as we crossed the drawbridge. The couch drilled to a halt. Once outside the carriage, we ascended a long stairway to the castle's keep. A towering man in black, eyes glowing coals, appeared from the shadows.
Mr. and young Master Harker, I am Count Dracula. I bid you welcome. Supper awaits.
Instantly, we were in the castle's dining hall.
Will you eat nothing, Count?
My father asked. Dracula gazed at the empty place before him.
No, thank you, Mr. Harker. I have dined already.
It was then I saw the Count's tooth-red lips and his huge pointed teeth. The image of the strange driver flashed into my mind.
Mr. Harker, did you find an estate for me in England?
Certainly, sir. A handsome one, but...
Price is no object. I will pay in gold.
The wolves began to howl, and the Count smiled. Our bedroom, so strange. Spiders tangled webs. Rats scurried from the lamplight. No paintings or mirrors. Dracula wished us to sleep. He spoke to Father by the open balcony. I unpacked Father's shaving mirror and looked into the glass. But it seemed Father stood there alone. Dracula cast no reflection.
Sleep,
Dracula said as he left us. How could I? We watched the Count's window across the courtyard. Soon Dracula stood there in the waning moonlight. His cloak swirled, became wings, face furred, and turned cat-like. His hands scaled and became claws. Before our eyes, Count Dracula changed into a huge bat. With folded wings, he scurried across the perpendicular wall, soon taking flight above the dark Transylvanian forest. When I awoke the next day, it was already afternoon. Father was sick in his bed. It was then that I discovered these 2 tiny wounds on his throat. As if guided by some unseen hand, I placed the cross round Father's neck. Then I began to search for Dracula. I descended a stairway into the dark crypt. There, in a coffin, lay Count Dracula. Sunset faded from the room's only window. Suddenly, as if becoming alive from death, Dracula awoke. A bundle in the coffin stirred by the Count's side. Horrified, I raced up the stairs. High on the parapet, I hid on top the castle wall. Dracula appeared at the window below.
Dracula!
The voice of a young girl rang clearly through the evening air.
You have stolen my young brother! Give him back or I will find a way to destroy you!
An evil smile crossed Dracula's lips. He gestured. A pack of wolves lunged through the gate. Dracula turned an instant, and he was gone. Don't move, I warned. The girl looked up, frightened. I lowered a rope from the drawbridge tower. As I pulled the girl to safety, a wolf leaped to her legs. She screamed. The animal's fangs missed her skin. Soon she was safe on top.
How can I thank you?
Do not. There's no time to talk. We escaped. I didn't want to leave father, but without help we were doomed. As the girl and I raced across the road leading from the castle, a huge bat circled the walls. Quickly we ran into the forest. We ran. Suddenly, the girl directed me towards a small cottage in the forest. Wait, what's your name and where are you taking us?
I'm Anna Borgo, and this is the house of Dr. Van Helsing, the village physician.
My heart leaped from joy. Once inside, we told the doctor everything.
It is as I feared,
Van Helsing said, placing an ancient book before us.
Count Dracula is a vampire. The bundle you described is Anna's young brother. Dracula is saving him for a future feast. Vampires live by sucking human blood from their fangs. Will, your father was attacked last night. The marks on the throat were from Dracula's fangs. The cross you put on his neck should protect him. But come, we must hurry, if we are to save the vampire's prisoners.
It was early morning by the time we reached Dracula's crypt. The Count lay in his coffin, barely breathing.
There,
Van Helsing whispered, as the small bundle in the coffin stirred. He held the torch high. Anna tiptoed towards the coffin. She placed her hands on her little brother.
I've got him!
Anna whispered. The boy whimpered softly as she carried him off. Dracula's eyes opened. He sat on in his coffin.
So, Will Harker, you come to your own doom.
Holding her brother, Anna hurried to the stairways. Dracula lunged for me. He stumbled and fell. The torch stumbled from my hand. In an instant, the vampire was at my throat. A silver cross. Somehow the strong arm of Van Helsing brought it close to Dracula's horrible face. The cruel beast broke away, circled us, and growls of rage pouring from his glistering mouth. Dracula sprung. His fangs inched from us when light coming from day passed through the window and struck the cross. Rays began to fall on Dracula himself. The vampire shrank back. His cries of pain were horrible. Robbed of strength, staggering, the Count struggled back to his coffin, flung himself within.
no!
Van Helsing shouted. He seized the wooden hammer he had taken with him. Dracula lay weak and still in his coffin. The doctor placed a wooden stake against the vampire's chest. Dracula fought to remove it. Van Helsing's strong arm brought the hammer down with crushing force. driving the stake through Dracula's heart. The Count's body shook, his mouth gaped wide. A mighty shriek escaped from the vampire fangs. Then, magically, the form of Dracula disappeared, until only his skeleton remained. The vampire was dead. I raced up the stairs to Father's room. He was just awakening.
Will, what has just happened? Dracula has been destroyed, Father, I shouted. We are free to go.
We gathered Dracula's gold, pledging it to Anna for her and a little brother. The young boy awoke from his hypnotic sleep in Anna's arms. He was unharmed. We all left the castle together. It was a beautiful spring day.
The curse has passed,
Van Helsing said. Then he looked at us hauntingly. A look I will never forget.
Pray the monster may never come again, for who can truly know the evil ways of Dracula, the vampire?
Well, that's it. Dracula the Vampire. Or at least my presentation of it. I hope you like this video, and if you do, you can just hit the like button below somewhere and share this video with your friends on social media. Also, you can leave any comments below, and if you have any questions, you can leave them there too, and I would gladly answer them. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can receive more of these makeshift presentations or any other interesting, hopefully, news about me. But that's it for now. I'm Rene Splinter, and I will see you next time. Bye.